There we go. Hello. Hi, Kat. Welcome. We're going to work on the Advent box. Hi, Mart. Hi, Mary Beth. Hi, Bobby. Hi. I'm glad you guys found me. So, um, if you were on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations on Facebook, I gave you a preview yesterday to kind of get a head start. So I have the boxes in some different stages that we'll work on today. The nice thing is this will be recorded, so if you're just watching to see, hi Sharon, how we're doing it, you'll always be able to go back. So first box, and I show it with the Tim Holtz brad, and I'm going to put a couple of the brads in. So I also want to show you what happens when you accidentally poke a hole and it's not in the center. No problem, because you're going to stick it to the back. Hi Debbie. Hi Tanya. So I'll be using the Ken Holtz countdown brads. Love them with the numbers on them. And the boxes right now might show out on Country Craft Creations because we've been selling a ton of these because they are chipboard, but you still can make your own. Now, also, we'll get more in. We have more coming in. I'm just waiting on more brads, but you can use buttons. You can use a ton of things, and E6000 glue will hold them. So in their stages, I have two that are already papered, and I'll give the sizes again. These are ready to go. I did two more sets. When I say two, it's actually 6 made into one. We'll be stacking them. And then I have a red one. And so that leaves me with needing to show you how to do the next two sets. And then I left one completely unpapered so I can show you doing that too. Because I found if we do every single box, there's 24 boxes, then it's really going to be a long and drawn out process. If you're going to mat the insides of your boxes, that inside piece is 2 7/8 by 1 7/8. Donna, when your name popped up and said Donna Wilbur, I was like, Wilbur? How did he get on? He does have a Wilbur YouTube channel. It's not active, but he does have one. So I thought it was him for a minute. How funny. Okay, they are 2 7/8 by 1 7/8. If you're using these boxes, if you're making your own, then it'll of course be a different size. Like I said, though, making your own, you'll do want chipboard because it's heavy. The fronts are 1 7/8 long by 1 1/8 wide. So these boxes are all prepared, and I have a set of green all prepared. So we're going to now glue these together to create a unit. Rubber bands are extremely helpful. Again, if you want to use E6000, otherwise art glitter glue is strong enough. And I'm just going to add adhesive to the top of 2 of them. Like so. And the nice thing with the wet adhesive art glitter glue, you'll have time after you get your rubber bands on to also straighten them up. And then you just want to put your rubber bands on to hold them together as they're drying. Drying, not drying, drying. Okay, so I'll put those off to the side. And I'm going to do the same thing with the green. You don't have to mat these first. You can do it after or anytime during the process that you want to do it in. But you do need 24 boxes because you want to start this on the 1st of December. Hi, Vivian. Hi, Kathy. I look back. So we made this, what, 3 years ago? 3 years ago? So it seems like, man, time has flown by. And if you're just making it for the first time, you're going to love it because it will last for years. And if you're, oops, and if you're wondering about making it, who on earth you would give it to or why, it's going to be for yourself, because this one's for my husband and I. Well, yes, we made them for the grandkids. They all have them and their families, but you know, I never made one for him and I. So this is going to be ours this year. Then just, I don't even worry too much if there's any glue that comes off the side, because we're going to be gluing these together. The paper line that I am using, and I went ahead with my 12 by 12. I mentioned on Scrapbookers I might do 6 by 6 because it's smaller print. But this is a Cozy Christmas. It's really cute because I am actually going to put these on, I'm hoping, a stick at the top as a banner. But the Cozy Christmas has your different color. I love the mossy green. It just really had a country feel to it. So that's the one I am using. Pieces going everywhere. Now our third set. Hi Heather. Well, I'm really glad you joined us, and I hope everything's going okay. I know you had to take a trip, didn't you? Okay, these are the insides of the boxes. My very first one, I didn't do the inside of the box. I just think it looks really nice. You also can line the whole inside of the box if you like. Your strips are going to be 1 1/8 by 2 7/8 for the sides. Hi Annette, but don't do the outside. Because if you do the outside, it's going to get stuck. You know what? This is really a good, yes, it's a good storage container, and also it's a good jewelry box. It makes a really cute jewelry box. But don't do the outsides or here because it's going to get stuck in the box. But you definitely can do the whole inside. And these are, once again, 2 7/8 by 1 7/8 if you're using the pre-bought chipboard boxes, which really make it go a lot quicker, and they're very sturdy. Then we're going to put the 1 7/8. Hi Connie, by 1 1/8 on the outside. I know this is baseball weekend too, so thank you for joining us if you're also watching a baseball game. And I know right now how important that is. Oh, and then you'll notice where it's put together. So I just put that down at the bottom instead of at the top. And check your box. If you find that there's any like edges you don't like, then just turn that one around because you won't see it. Hi, Chris. Thanks for joining us. And definitely thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. Hi, Kathy. Ooh, chili sounds wonderful. We actually had chili the other night, but I cooked extra macaroni and tomato thing. Extras. So I knew I didn't have to cook dinner tonight. Oh, oh no, Heather. Well, I'll bet your boss will come and get you. I'm pretty sure he would. No, he wouldn't be able to. Okay, my seam is at the bottom. Oh, Connie, how come you're so bummed? Oh, hang in there, Connie. Okay, I knew I dropped one of my door fronts earlier, so I may have to cut another one. Let me see if it fell. And then sometimes see how you're lining, because these were machine made. Hi, Nancy. You can make the boxes, yes. You definitely can. They just take time. Okay, I'll cut another, and it depends on, if you want chipboard or not. Hi, Susan. Well, thank you for being new to my channel. I'm glad you're with us. So 1 7/8 by 1 1/8. And if you are new, I've been doing live shows for years on Facebook, but we decided to move over here to YouTube so that others who didn't know us could join us. So also, if you are new, like I said, I used to do these live, and I do have a little beagle named Wilbur. Yeah, he just looked up. He knows we're live. I'm hoping he's not going to act up. Now, in Scrapbookers on Facebook, I didn't really. Hi, Janice. I let him do a little extra than he should, but it was private. He's throwing his ball around. Hopefully, he'll go to sleep for us. Janice, I'm so glad you're here. So, if you are making your own boxes, I also want to tell you, you can make these any size that you want. But these ones are 2 inches by 3 1/8, and then they are 1 1/4 wide. So they're 2 by 3, and they are 1 1/4 wide. Then you'll have to make your sleeve. But these can be made any size. They don't have to be the size I'm using, but I do like this size, and I showed you can get a lot of candy in here. And the nice thing is too, whoops, these are chipboard. But if you are able to do that, that's fine. Absolutely. So we're just going to stack these. One benefit of not matting these until after you put them together is if you change your mind or want different paper. You're welcome. But I do have to tell you, I have done these out of the very first one I did as a model years ago. I did them first out of my cardstock, and I ended up using a whole pack of 25 cardstock because you can only get about 2 boxes from each sheet. You have to make the wrapper, the slider part. So I just want to forewarn you too. And I do make a lot of boxes, especially on the Authentic Paper page. Oh, you have a lag? Is anybody else lagging, or should be working pretty smooth? Okay, we know these guys need to dry because they still have my rubber bands, so I'm going to set those aside. And what we're going to do next is wrap the chipboard. Now, the chipboard is 6 1/2 by 6 1/2. Because we will be stacking them like so. Okay. The thing is, you're going to have different layers. So this was one of the benefits. If you want to wait to do your matting, you're going to have to keep in mind which ones are going to go on the bottom. Because now I'm going to lay it down. This second color is actually going to be up on top to make the front all the same, but I'll go slow for that with you. You need, well, I'm using 6 pieces of 6 1/2 by 6 1/2. When I made the original one, I only did 1 piece of chipboard. And I just, even though they're still good after these years, I just felt stacking the chipboard is going to be so much stronger. I don't want you to feel that you have to, but it definitely will make it stronger. So what I did, excuse me, I've got these in different stages also. I've already glued those together, and I've used my score tape sheets that were left over, so I just kind of pieced it. This one I went ahead and covered. So what you want are 6 pieces of 6.5 by 6.5 for your bases. You have one at the bottom, one in the middle, and one on top. I'm sorry I don't have this to show you, but I didn't pre-make one. We're going to put this one together, and while it's drying, we're going to wrap the second one. But if you don't have that much chipboard, that's okay. Just do one layer. Oops, because I already put my tape on there. And while that's drying, we're going to set it aside with some clothespins just to kind of hold it together there on the corners. And we will go ahead and wrap the next piece. You're going to want 3 sheets of 8.5 by 8.5. That's going to give you an inch all the way around for wrapping. And when you're finished, it'll look like this. Now I did black because we talked about, I was going to make this actually look like a snowman, but I didn't get out and get a hat. So I was going to put a top hat on the top and then have it be a snowman. But since I didn't get there to find one, I'll just decorate the top normal. So the bottom one is just going to be black cardstock. You can also put legs on these, just so you know. But I'm going to leave that right now that way. So my cardstock's 8.5 by 8.5. Just like I wrapped the albums, I'm just going to use these spacers here at the top of my scoreboard. I like to wrap with 1 inch all the way around. It gives you, that way you know it's going to cover the edge of the chipboard. You're not going to have it short anywhere. And I'm just going to set that up there at the top. Just like that. And now we can fold our cardstock over. If you're using artisan, I know you can go ahead and burnish the edge. If you're not using artisan, just make sure your paper won't crack. Or if you're using a pattern paper, gently try it out. Make sure it won't crack. We're going to wrap this no different than we do the albums. The only difference when we go to mat the back, I'm going to use pattern paper because you might see it. It hangs over the edge a little bit. And let's go ahead and cut the corners out just right up to the edge of your chipboard. So you have a square. We'll do that on all 4 sides. Then I'll fold one side in. Again, anything sticking over that edge, you can trim it off. I have to turn it over. There we go. And it is sticking over, so what I mean over, it's sticking past my edge of chipboard, so you want to clean that edge up. Then we have to do these 4. Hi, Dawn. again, we're going to see that sticking out off over the edge, and that will not wrap nice and clean until we cut it off. The video does stay recorded, so if you're just late getting here, you will be able to still access the video, which is nice. And because I have 2 layers of chipboard, it's a little more bulky there. Looks like we got them all. Yep. I didn't get this one. Now the trick is keep your scissors right up next to your chipboard, because you won't ever cut this too short, causing a hole if your scissors are right against the chipboard and you just pivot. So just practice pivoting, and you'll have a nice clean edge there, and then it will angle, and you won't have a hole in your chipboard. Okay, for this I'm just going to use all the glue, and I'm using a little extra to get it up on the edge. And you can use your hand or your bone folder. You just want to squish that glue right up on the edge of your chipboard, and that's going to hold it tight. And I'm messy. And then see how nice and smooth that will be. And then the opposite side. Before I wrap these ends, I'm just going to make sure I don't have to trim anything. It looks good. Oops. Right there at the bottom. Yeah, both of these. So I don't push that over, I just clean it off. Because I want to spend as little time as possible wrapping chipboard so I can get on with the job. No, we're good. There's 2. And then for the third one, it should be dry. For those of you that know and use art glitter glue, it dries really fast. Okay, so if you're using spacers, oops, something under there. These are just 1-inch chipboard pieces. They'll wear out next time I cut an album. Pam, I can't. If you belong to Facebook and you're on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, There's pictures. We made this years ago, and I didn't have one here to show you. It's the Advent cube out of the slider boxes, and I didn't pre-make one because of the amount of work, and I didn't get my daughter's. I should have grabbed hers. So anyway, I apologize. I do not have the model to show you, but we will when we're finished. Annette, yes, there's more boxes coming in next week. So again, just fold that over. There are more boxes coming in. They come in, actually we had a huge amount come on a pallet, so they came and shipped on Wednesday. They're gone. And we'll get some more in, and they should be here Wednesday or Thursday. And I believe we just sold out of them this morning, because they really are a lot easier to use, and then making your own, because these are chipboard and a heavy cardstock at the top. Okay, let's cut those corners again. Again, you're just cutting a square out right to that chipboard. When I'm done with the show, Annette, I'll put them on that they're as a pre-order, so you can order when I get done. And because it won't let you order them right now. The website won't. Okay, now let's go ahead. Straighten up those corners. Same technique I use when making the mini album covers. So a lot of you may be really familiar with this already. The nice thing is you don't need any special tools. I used to have the corner, you know, you'd put across there, and I'll tell you what, I threw 2 of them in the garbage, rebought them, and after that I said, I'm done. I'm not buying any more special tools to cut my corners. But if you like them, that's okay too. For some reason, I'll be using it and just throw it in the garbage. Have you ever done that? And I just don't think about it, and the next thing I know, it's gone and in the garbage. And then the garbage goes out, and it's too late. Now, the artisan cardstock, which is exclusive to Country Craft Creations, because it's linen, there's a linen texture, and you'll notice you don't have to worry about a grain or anything. And so when you are wrapping your chipboard of any kind, you don't have to worry about seeing which direction. I know I've had some questions about, is there a grain? And there really isn't, because there's a faint texture. And I myself, a lot of people have told me there's a grain to paper. I have trouble finding it because paper's like a wadded mess when they put it in the big forms, if you've ever seen paper being made. So I'm not even sure, just for those who have asked that question, how to really truly find that grain. Fabric, I can find it for you. Hi, Sherry. Thanks for joining us. Let me get a little more glue in there. And you know what? I think for those of you who joined me on Thursday when we made our little planner, I think I know why we had so many issues. but I do have some admins out there now. I put in the title because I was using the brand new Fancy Pants paper. I wonder if when I got to thinking that the word Fancy Pants, I'm wondering if that grew our crowd. Susan, can you tell us how to find the grain? Okay. I've heard you can find it, definitely. So, yes, tell me. Anyway, I think that was what happened with last week's show. It was the fact I put Fancy Pant paper in there. Okay, this is 6 3/8 by 6 3/8. This is going to be the bottom one, which means it's going to be the very bottom. So you're not really going to be seeing this one. The other two, I'm going to use the pattern paper, and it's 6 3/8 by 6 3/8. Let me get the right ones. And I'm putting it underneath there because there's a lip that hangs over that you can see. But this one you don't, so I'll just use the black. Oh, Irene, they kind of did, didn't they? One of them, because down at the bottom, if you, oh, look at the chat, you can send money to support the channel you're watching. And yeah, they sent me some money. These guys did. I don't think they were old guys, but I really do think they thought Fancy Pants was not paper, that it was actually something else. But my Fancy Pants days are over. Okay, Susan says to find the grain of paper, take a piece and stand against your palm. Tap the top. It will either fold easily or resist folding. So, stand against your palm, tap the top. See, that's the problem with Artisan, because it goes all different directions, the linen. So that one's resisting. That one resists. You'll have to try it out for me, Susan, on some Artisan paper. Okay, that's going to be the bottom. The bottom is going to be where we are going to be doing our first set of stacking, but we won't add it on there till after we stack it. I gotta try to stand it up. Okay. I'm gonna have to play with that. This is the back side of the green plaid. So it's the stockings. Like I said, it's underneath. Now, oh, you can also put it here because you will have, let me show you. You're going to have a little bit of a spacing. I forgot about that, where your boxes are going to show. I'm not putting these on right. So I forgot I do need to. Just a moment. What have you got? No, 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 no. No. Oh, God, Wilbur. That will make you sick. It's chewing up foam. Okay, so I have to cut 4 pieces. You do want to go ahead and mat the top. Let me cut 2 more pieces. So 1 for the top and 1 for the bottom. And these are the other ones I used on the door. So again, oh, this one was the cut aparts. So I'll cut these down. To 6 3/8 by 6 3/8. So I'm going to use these on the bottom side. I'm just using black for my ink. Hi, Doris. Your poor baby. I saw her in her blanket. Oh, Doris, I have to tell you. I saw... oh, the contest isn't over till the 31st. Doris, I saw a beagle mixed with a corgi beagle at the dog park the other day. And it was the cutest thing I've ever seen. Next to Wilbur, of course. It was a corgi beagle. Okay, when I'm using black, and that's why I'm going to turn this over so I don't get black everywhere, but I do want the black edge. Okay. This is going to be the middle piece. Remember, we have one at the bottom. The bottom one's going to be black. I've already covered it, so we'll just put it right there. Put the stockings there. Black's going to be at my top. Put the 2 green on this one. So I need one more. You're going to need 5. This one is all the holiday work. Oh, let's go with the presents. Isn't that pretty? It's prettier in person. The color is really nice. They're not the bright red and the bright green. Oh, Kathy. Oh, you know what? I have to put the video up. I know I got it from Sam from Authentique. Sam owns the Authentique Paper Company, her and Brett. And I was in the warehouse last week, and I was showing her some videos of Wilbur. Wilbur used to go with me to the warehouse, but he doesn't really drive that well anymore, and I have to have him in his crate. He doesn't really, he wants to get out, so he starts whining in the car. So I'm like, I'm not taking you. I was showing her the video, and we've got videos of they have a pug, and the pug Coco is in the office. She was watching Wilbur, and she was trying to play with him through the phone, and she was smacking the phone. I got to put the video on. Dogs do watch TV. That's why they have that dog TV. No, I don't think that's weird, Susan. You know what I like too? I like the sound of the magnets. My husband hates it. Doris, it did have a beagle personality, which was really weird to see in a corgi. Okay, that's my bottom. And Dawn, you can do this with any size box that you want. The only thing is, if you make it, your boxes are bigger, what you're going to do, I'll show you when we get there, because you can make your bases much bigger than this if you want. You do have to make your base big enough, and I just would suggest like 1/2 to 1 inch all the way around the size of your boxes after you make them. You could even make it with smaller or bigger. Oh, they sure are, Kathy. So Kathy, how is Dawson liking the cold weather? Kathy's on our design team. And she has a Great Dane. He's a puppy. Oh, that's pretty too, huh? See, this is the overhang underneath. I'm going to go with that. Yeah, there's a new, well, I don't know if it's new, but cable TV has the dog channel. And I thought that was so crazy. Bottom, top. And then for the top, I think the drawers are this color, so I think I will go with the red for the very top. Thanks for joining us. You guys have a wonderful evening and enjoy your chili. I knew what you meant. Well, hubbies can be hobbies. Did I not cut that right? I did, but it's not fitting correctly. I must not have cut my chipboard correctly. Just a hair off. So we'll just blend that little bit of an edge in with some black ink. Since it's on the top and going to be covered with some snow around the edges, I think that'll be okay. You know what I do? I turn on music for the dogs when I'm gone. And Wilbur's just about ready to get smacked over here. He's picking on the other two. So, I'm going to trim this. Stop it. Bagel is a border collie mix. They are smart dogs. And then I have the Newfie mix, the Newfoundland mix. She's smart. They're pretty smart. Wilbur's just a brat. Okay, so the black is going to be the top. You won't see that as much, and it's just a hair over. So I'm going to put that to the bottom. Okay, just making sure. I had to pull that off, so it needs some more glue. On this one, they're supposed to be poinsettias. This one, though, I know from talking with Madison at Echo Park, these were hand drawn by the artist, and so they're not as sharp as probably a graphic would be, because I believe she hand drew these ones. So they look really cool, really country. I love them. Well, Mary Beth, then you have a little brat too. You know, because that bugs me so much on that side, and it shouldn't. That might be in the bottom. No, it's going to be there. It'll be fine. I'll get over it. You really can't see it. Middle, top. Well, maybe we'll change them around so I have that, and that. That's my bottom. Okay. If you have your boxes patterned, papered already. Then you probably have what I have is 2 and 2. 2 sets. So if you did pattern, put the pattern on. So what's going to happen is this will be on the bottom. But you're going to have another layer up here. Okay, you're going to have that. And so this would be over here. Actually, this, I'm going to be putting this bottom one here. So let me just do it this way for you. If you haven't made one, this way. So that's going to be the bottom, but the other one is going to be up at the top. Make sense? So now if you don't care and you're just going to mix up your drawers, that's okay too. The first thing we're going to do is put them down, 4 of them. Basically, I'm taking one of each color here. So now I'll need a green plaid. To give you a basic idea of what it's going to look like. This area is the area that we will be filling in with our, what's it called? Lightweight chipboard. If you remember, I mentioned that we'll have to have lightweight chipboard. Well, that's going to be covering in those areas, and we're going to put pattern paper in that. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our glue to each one of these sides. It's going to stick there, and you're going to get it as even as possible. And you want to keep the glue basically on the drawer so you don't get in the way of it opening. Let me get it on here. Now see, you want to even it up as much as possible. And I know this can be difficult. Okay. Try and get that rubber band on there. And if you're using these boxes, you need to put it together. How do you get the boxes open? Oh, you know what? What did I do different here, guys? Hold on. Thank you for saying that to me. Hold on. Pull that apart if you just put it on. I'm backing up in my notes. Sorry, so I have to pause here for a minute. That's the problem with lives. It's been years since I made this. Sorry. You're right. I did glue the bottoms down. I'm going back on my old video. Thank you, Karen. I don't know why I just did that. Duh. We do need to glue them on. That won't hurt nothing. Just go ahead and clean that off. I don't know what made me do that. Sorry, I'm still here. I'm just looking back on my notes in Scrapbookers, so I had to go to another screen. Okay. Do grab your base. We do glue the base down. I don't know what I was thinking here. I wasn't thinking. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, we just glue the bottoms down. So this is where you do want a ruler. Or you can use your scoreboard. And you can also use a pencil. Then when we stack, there we go. Then our next layer will go on. So if you are using the colors, we're going to match the colors to the side. Okay, sorry, now I got my brain back on. I usually teach it after I've done it 100 times, and I still teach it wrong. Okay, so I want to just make sure I've got green, and the blackish and the red. So if you did go ahead and paper your drawers, you'll just want to check that. Now you're just going to set them here. You can also mark it with your pencils if you want to mark it with your pencils, and or you can use your ruler. So your ruler is going to put it at about 1/2 inch on each side. I'm just checking. That's why I like my scoreboard. About 1/2 inch each side. Oh, Karen, oh, you watched my old one on Scrapbookers? Thank you. I'm so glad. So grab a pencil if you want a better mark. I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to draw a line right down there where I'm going to set this box. Just a tiny one underneath that I can at least cover. There we go. Okay, let's hold on to this for just a few minutes. That's why this video takes a little bit longer. We've got some drawing time here. Okay, then our next one can go down. We don't really have to mark it because we want to just line it up. To the edge of our box. Okay, just hold it. You know, with the glue, art glitter glue, you can kind of feel it grab a hold. And now we'll just keep going. if you glue them together, you could lay them down. Not sure how you'd glue them together. Oh yeah, glue them together, then put them on here. I don't know, would that work? Because you have to have a base, right? But you know, you can really do these any way you want. Okay, we're gonna hold on to this for a minute. Karen, I'm not sure the reason that I guess I didn't go back and watch it. I'm not finding where I put them down on the board first. It was really weird. Okay, there's my first one. So our middle one will be going on. The top. Then we can redo the thing. Now this is where I'll be matching the colors once again. That's, well, see, that's what I was doing. Margaret, I completely forgot. That's not how you do this. No, let's not get any back there. No, you're not slow. That's perfectly fine. Okay, holding this. There we go. Let's go. However you like to get yours evened on there. That's okay, because sometimes when we're working, see how you can see this bottom piece, and that's why I decided to mat it. Clean up any glue. We're going to hold this for just a minute. Oh, Heather, you made 4? I did too one year because I had to make them for all the grandkids and their family. And then it was like, I don't have one. Now I've made these before and I did just this amount. And what I did is it was a, goodness, jewelry box, but I made this a box for stuff to sit in. Okay, now if you remember, these are dry. Red. Whoops, red. Or you can have red. You can have them go down in one lane. You can have this a whole picture. I'm going to stagger mine. We're just going to lay them out first. Green and this one. So that's our 24 boxes. Oh, even though I put the number 1 here in this drawer, it's not a worry because I can take it out and put it in the right drawer. So this one, if you did see it, so it's probably easier not to mat these first. Green and green, then over here will be red and red. So you'll want to definitely stagger these. So the black one, my black paper will go there. kind of give you the idea here. But if it's not the way you like it, you can just take your drawers out and change them. So don't worry, your drawers are interchangeable, which is the nice thing, if they're not in the place you like. So no fear. Now, once again, what I'm going to look for here is that I'm pretty much as even as possible. So I'm trying to keep this edge going straight with this edge. Okay. Just going to set my boxes here. This takes a minute, so just take your time looking at it. Oh, that would be cute. A spinny thing in the center, definitely. I'm going to hold that one. I'm pretty much happy. Mark under there. Can't see my mark. Good. There we go. Okay. Once again, I'm checking to see how close we are. We're pretty close. Robin, this one is just, this was a special project that some of the customers bought our kit boxes. And so it was advertised in scrapbookers, and also if you bought the advent boxes, but you can make these also. Anyway, that's why we're live here today. Now, my boxes are wanting to kind of tower. You can kind of see them, but we're going to fix that when we put the top on. I am going to be, let's see, tomorrow's Monday. No. Oh, I might be live. I might be popping on. I need to do, a lot of you bought the Christmas dangle charm, and I need to do that tutorial. And I was supposed to do it yesterday, and we've had a roof we're working on, so I didn't get it done with some rotted wood. So there might be times that I might just pop on and do a tutorial. For the numbers, I'm using the Tim Holtz countdown brads. Last time I made this, it was years ago, and if you remember the calendar lines that Graphic 45 came out with, a place and time, and time to flourish. Now I used the little numbers from those before and put on the little drawers, and then on scrapbookers I just use little wooden knobs I bought at Hobby Lobby. They're like 3/8 of an inch, and I just used my E6000 on them. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the brads. Now you can do a button. You can do, there's one. Now on these, I did put, got glue over. I did put the string, the baker's twine, just to help pull it, but you can get your finger in there. And if you have dies, and we also have the gold numbers, but they're kind of big, Kathleen. I used it on our December Daily album in February because we've got our December Daily done. We did that February and March of the first of the year. So that tutorial is live in Scrapbookers. You'll have to get that one in there, but we had already done that. Okay. This is where I use the lightweight chipboard. So we're going to be cutting the lightweight chipboard for that. I know, doesn't it turn out so cute? And the nice thing is you made it, and that's what makes it fun. Okay. Now I find it. Oh, I really wanted that at the top. It's a little over, but I'm still going to use it. Okay. I'm going to take my ruler. So this is where a person could help you, another hand or your ruler. Again, E6000 or art glitter glue. I trust art glitter glue. I used it on the other ones. But I did use some E6000 on that one too. Okay, so I have a split second. Let me grab my ruler here. All right, let's hold that. This is where I think it'd really be cute to get a black hat, snowman's hat, and turn this into what looks like a snowman and then add some trim. Some very faint snowball trim. And I'm going to grab my lightweight chipboard. So while that's drying for just a second, you can also put, if you have a book or anything heavy that you want to put on here, you definitely can put it on there for a moment. So, sorry, but you get to look at my tape dispenser. I mentioned the 3 sheets in the file when everybody was asking for what they needed to purchase. I did say 3 12 by 12 sheets of lightweight chipboard. And you can also get chipboard, lightweight chipboard, off of the back of some of your paper pads still. If you don't have it to purchase, or a cereal box. But because I didn't really know how much we were going to need, that's why I said 3 sheets. Because we do sell it at countrycraftcreations.com. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to cover these areas. And then we're going to mat them with paper so that you don't see this. So we're going to want to measure. And your box, it will come together. I mean, it looks a little rough now, but once you start decorating it, all this is going to fill in. So your boxes are going to be about 3 1/8 wide. but I still want you to measure, especially if you're making your own. So I'm going to cut my chipboard at 3. I'm going to go 3 by 3 1/4. I'll cut one piece first and let's see how that fits everywhere else. And I love my dolly cutter. It cuts it like nothing. So we're going to, nope, I cut that at 3. Okay, that's why we measure why we try them out first. So I'm going the full 3 1/8. You might want to just cut if you want to cut scrap paper, you can do that too. And it's close, but I'm going to go a little wider. So just use your cardstock till you get your sizing. So I'm going to cut mine a little wider than 3 1/8. So if you want to wait till I do all this cutting, and then I'll give you what I come up with. No, now it's too wide. That I think fits perfect. Okay, so mine is a hair over 3 3/4. I'm talking like if your ruler has 16ths, just go a 16th of an inch wider. But it's about 3 1/8, and it's just a hair longer than 3 3/4. And that one looks like it's going to fit there. So I'm going to try it on all of them before I cut the rest. And then you can mat these before you put them on if you want. And it looks like, see, now this one might be just a little too wide. Probably not the sizing of the chipboard. It's the sizing that the person cut it. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to go with this size. So you're going to need a total of 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'm going to cut 7 more that are 3 1/8, and I went just a hair over 3 3/4. It's not too weak. You could use it, Doris, if you use the artisan cardstock and then you mat it, you'll be fine because this is a non-moving part. So yes, you definitely could. So 2 more. Now, this is one thing I didn't do before. and I'm going to show you. So it's only taken us an hour. I am actually going to, you can mat these. You can just totally mat these. I'm actually going to wrap them, okay, with the pattern paper. So I'm going to cut my pattern paper at 4, at 5 1/8 by 5 3/4. And then you want to pick like what this is. You can do more of a scene here. So I'm going to use like this one, and then I'm going to use one of the Tim Holtz wreaths, or you can use just one of the green wreaths that you can buy in your decorating, Hobby Lobby. And so that's what I used those for before. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut. Oh yeah, and one's going to have some wood. Look at the wood piece on this one. Isn't this gorgeous? And you want that inch or half, probably half inch. You're not going to need you don't need a full inch around your lightweight chipboard, because you know what? It's not going to fit. And then I'm going to want the top. For me, I want the top and the bottom to be the same on that one. And I'm just going to go ahead and lay this down. But you don't have to wrap it. Like I said, you can just mat it and then ink your edges. So that choice is definitely yours. I have to turn the heat back on. It's been getting so cold. I'm just going to center it. So I'll do, well, it's up to you guys. Do you want me to do all of the sides on camera, or is it dragging it out too long for you? Because that's the one thing you got to let me know if you think it's just going too long. And I don't worry about wrapping the lightweight chipboard, but it might have a tendency to crack. So I'm not going to use the bone folder. I'm just going to use my fingers here. Again, I'm just cutting those squares right out. Oh, now I do want to check my sides because I do want it to look nice. Got a little cracking, so I'm going to be inking my edges. And that's because this is a smooth paper. Wrapping does take a little extra time, so if you want to get these done faster, of course, you may want to skip this. So I'm just going to use my hand because it's a lot thinner. But I still always get that art glitter glue. Oh, okay, then I'll keep going, Karen. I'll go ahead and ink on my edge just a little bit so it matches the drawers. time to stand up here. Okay, whoops. Sorry if my head bumps. I don't know about you guys, but even with the prep ahead of time where I put the boxes together, this doesn't really take that long. If you're not making your boxes, of course. If you're making these boxes, that's the other option. I think, yeah, wrapping them in artisan would be really pretty. Then you could have that border for sure. This doesn't really take that long once you get everything put together. Let me grab my little. These are so great if you haven't gone down to Harbor Freight. See, your boxes are getting tight. Okay, they're going to be a little tight at first, but they'll come out just fine. So you'll definitely want something to help you get in there. I was just making sure I left enough room for my drawers to open. Okay, wrap the next one. Artisan cardstock is what I use to wrap the bases with Kim. It's a linen cardstock, and we make it. It's for Country Craft Creations. I sell it at countrycraftcreations.com in the store. And I had it specially made, an Authentique paper company. They're kind of like my, not supplier, anyway, they're my go-between with the mill, since they know paper really well, because I went to them years ago. I knew I needed a paper to wrap mini albums in that did not crack. This has about a 98% rate of not cracking. Now, come winter, we do have a little issues if you have it down by your electric heaters, or if you have a heat source like I've got right now. My black might dry out a little bit, but you're not going to have the cracking. It's just amazing paper. It also, because it's linen, so it has a little bit of a texture. Your projects are going to last forever. It is a little more expensive, but when you think about your work being an heirloom, especially your mini albums or something like this that you can use year after year, you want it to last. So you can only get it though at countrycraftcreations.com. So it doesn't, we have what, I want to say 8 or 12 colors. I can't remember. We have the basic colors. And then we do carry my colors. Now my colors is the actual paper that was your basil. Basil that you buy in Hobby Lobby is not the actual basil. It was the name. The name was sold to American Crafts years ago. So American Crafts, what they do is they bought the name, just like they bought Bo Bunny. I know, I live here. I was there when all this stuff happened. But they buy the name, then they use product that is recycled, and they will buy the designers so that they can keep some of the designs. But it's not the actual Bo Bunny Paper Company. And I was 3 miles from the Bo Bunny Paper Company, and they're fabulous. Yes, I have this in my shop. And so Basil just was able to come back out. See, when you sell the name, what happens is there's always a clause that you cannot, a no competing clause. That clause is up. So my colors is the actual Basil paper, and it is now brought to us by My Mind's Eye. So I do have all those colors in my shop. Also, I just don't have them by the pack. the basil, and there's a couple of different finishes. The dot, it's a one-sided linen, and it does okay, but mine's double-sided linen, and it's beautiful. That's what I make. You'll see me, especially with the live shows now on YouTube instead of in Scrapbookers, a lot more of you will see what we actually use, because I kind of feel like we've been spoiled, haven't we, Janice? We have the best products, and I do retreats, so at our retreats, we also use artisan cardstock. You guys get to make all of our design team projects with what we use. And I'm going to say, I usually don't. I'm not a boastful person, but it's the best cardstock artisan. If you want a product that lasts for your bases. And I knew that this was cracking, but I'm not so worried about it because it's not in a high traffic area, and it's really not going to get, cause any issues. So that'll be my top and bottom. Isn't that cute? Then we can put a wreath on there, or you can decorate it with a lot of different things. Really, the step, it's worth it, because this is going to be a piece that you're going to bring out year after year. And then you can, like others have said, you can make this as a jewelry box, a trinket box. I made my granddaughter's jewelry box, but I only did one stack. So we have to hold this. Don't forget, you can pick your scrapers up at Hobby Lobby, or not Hobby Lobby, Home Depot, or Lowe's, or any hardware store has your plastic scrapers for like $2. And then you can buy your artisan cardstock. Okay, so there's one side. So I've got some more green. Okay, so this paper is really cute. We have the, that one's pretty cute. We have some stripes on the back. And again, this is the Cozy Christmas. Our design team member, Bobby Weaver, has done a project with it. Oh, see, we've got our rain boots, winter boots. So it's kind of got a succulent flair to it, huh? Let's go with the sleds. And with this project, you just kind of have to do some fitting. You just got to keep checking each time, which is okay. And I'm going to go ahead and, oh, and I have to tell you, you can cover these with fabric. I did a red velvet on one, and I used red velvet fabric. It was actually for a wedding. I know, weird, but they put money in the drawers. Okay. Also, good use of your leftover paper from last year, because it doesn't take very much at all. So I'm going to leave about 3/4 of an inch again. If you had a tiny punch, you definitely could punch those out. And I'm not really measuring. I'm just making sure I have enough on each side. to about 3/4 of an inch. My scoreboard there. We'll hang on to that cute border piece. Hi, Connie. Once again, just be gentle if you're wrapping with your cardstock. So I think that's a really good idea that Margaret's doing, is that she's going to wrap it with Artisan first and then mat it, because you know it's not going to crack. To that corner. Oh, you're welcome, Susan. Thanks for joining us. You know, and that's the whole thing. Sometimes I know I watch our designers. We have 13 designers with Country Craft Creations, so don't forget to check out their YouTubes. And if you can't find them, and if you go to my website, countrycraftcreations.com, I have a whole list on the website of who our designers are with links to their YouTube channels. And they use all the main products, and their tutorials are for free. So let me tell you, Sandy from Graphic 45, she was an ambassador on our team. Oh my gosh, we have Kim Reynolds. Kim Can't Stop Crafting, and Kim teaches at our retreat. She'll be teaching here in Vermont in just a couple of weeks at our Winter Wonderland retreat up there at the Von Trapp Lodge. But all of our designers create fabulous stuff for you guys. So don't forget to visit their YouTubes. And just go to countrycraftcreations.com, and on the website, just go about, I think it's on About Us or something like that, and you can see the design team members. And we love them. They're the best people. Hi. Hi, Joanne. Thanks for joining us. I'm live. Well, I've been live on Scrapbookers on Facebook in our Scrapbookers group. And you guys are so welcome to join in Scrapbookers on Facebook. Let me grab you the link. What happens is we post all of, and our designers post all of, excuse me, their design team projects and the links, so that you guys can go right to their YouTubes and find them. So let me get you the link to that down here. And you're welcome to join, but if you do join, make sure you answer the questions so we know you came from YouTube. But we'll let you join. Hi, Stacy. Stacy, did you see what I posted on Facebook? Wilbur was wearing the scarf you had made for him last year, and it was so cute. That's pretty cute. Like that one. And we do giveaways and prizes. I'll start doing them here too. I'm just kind of feeling my way around with YouTube right now. So let me cut some of this off. I just want it shorter. So I'm just cutting out those corners, just like when we wrap the mats, the boards for the bases. Oh, I don't know. He was, but there's somebody else in big competition now with him. So I don't know. You know what? It was all in fun, actually. I don't care if he does or not. And then it definitely is okay if he doesn't, because all the dogs on there are just adorable. There's so many I would just love to have. So now we're just making sure our corners are tapered. So I am working a little faster, but it's the exact same way I wrap mini albums with. Same technique. I'm just going to add my glue to both sides. I like this lace too. I think I'm going to have to make some presents, you know, with boxes. Oh, he was, you know what though? That dog kind of come out of the woodwork, the little Chihuahua with the necklace. I don't know where that one came from. He didn't have hardly any, and then all of a sudden, boom, he jumped in front of everybody. So, I don't know. It's pretty fun though. Okay, cute slays. Let's grab the box. I can really feel how sturdy this is from the glue. See how everything fits in there? Yeah, you can vote every day, and you can vote from your phone, you can vote from your computer. I need to, got so much glue on my fingers now. Get a wet one. I really like YouTube though for the fact that I don't lose the comments, and Facebook had been kicking me off from seeing I was still live, but it was kicking me off from seeing the comments. So I hope you guys are enjoying the YouTube. Okay, just making sure everything is where it belongs. He was, Connie. I know. I don't know who owns that puppy. Yes, we do have 10 nights still. Okay, I need to hold this for just a moment. I meant to grab my Tim Holtz wreath. So just pretend this is a wreath. So like I'd put a wreath here, or maybe make some little mini boxes so we have some 3D Christmas presents there, or buttons. And for those of you that do follow us on Facebook, you can definitely go in and see pictures of past ones just by searching Advent Cube or Advent Box. Okay, we only have the two sides. There's that one. So let's see, I've got the floral. See if I have enough. Oh, I don't have enough. So I guess we're going to go with the wreaths. I think we can get those on there. We sure can. Cut that one down. So I just basically, yeah, no more spinning here. I just cut these at, what, 5 inches? Still probably a little wide. So you could get by with cutting them at 4.5. Now, one thing too, if you are new to Country Craft Creations, we do keep everything in stock so that it ships out immediately. And for those of you that have been buying from the store for quite a while, one thing YouTube has done, so I'm grateful, it's increased our customer base. So I'm having to restock a lot quicker, and I'm not restocking as fast. So I do apologize that you had to wait for some items to come in, but we have things coming in next week daily. We'll be restocking the boxes. We'll be restocking this paper collection because everything that we owned went out the door the last week and a half. A lot of stores will wait until you get, they'll wait until they get enough orders to order the quantity needed, but we don't. We keep it in stock. But like I said, it's been crazy lately. Let's see. You're far. Yeah, we are far. This doesn't take long. I did a little video, Connie, on scrapbookers, just showing how to maybe do some prep work on gluing your boxes together. So it did cut the time down. So I had some of my boxes prepared. Do you stack for you know what? You could right here. One thing that I did do, like I said, I should have gotten the ones from my kids. Now these are the Prima sisal trees. We have those in stock. So let me show you how cute. Yes, you can hot glue these right on the front. And the nice thing about these bottle brush trees, see, it bends. So we can bend those up, and actually you can just flatten it and glue it right there. Here, let me put it over here. There. And then you can make some little boxes to put here. Okay. How do the stamps work? Let me tell you. So when you do order, do you guys remember green stamps and the gold stamps? Your moms might have would go to the grocery store and you get green stamps or gold stamps. Oh, and I'll tell you, one time I played in those and I got in so much trouble. But the whole thing is like our Wilbur stamps that you get on your orders. For every $50, you get a stamp. And oh yeah, I'm in Utah. Yep, I am here in Utah, in Hooper, Utah. Anyway, your Wilbur stamps will be on your orders, and I can show you what they look like because I have. Let me show you. Okay, in scrapbookers, or you can request a booklet. I can print, or you can print these yourself. Oh, let me cover up her info. What happens is these are your Wilbur stamps for every $50, and you collect them. And let me see, I don't want it. So Kathy, there we go. She had gotten her whole booklet filled. So she got the whole Dreamland I Want It All collection from G45. There's different prizes you can pick. Yeah, and blue chips also. So every time you order, and this was another one, Cheryl, she also earned from her Wilbur booklet. So receive one stamp for every $50 purchase. And then you want to keep that. It'll be on your order form, and you want to start saving them in a booklet. Then what you do is you send this in by mail to me down here at the bottom. I got to change our phone number. And you can turn it in for a $50 gift certificate if it's full, or there's glue. There's all kinds of things on the redemption list in the files on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. Then you get to turn them in for gift certificates for product, and they're really fun to collect too. So don't throw your stamps away if you got them on your invoice. And we've been doing it for a year now, and we have given away a lot of stuff, a lot of $50 gift certificates, and they don't expire. So if your book's full and you just want a gift certificate, you can use it anytime you want, or you can get whole full collections of Authentique, Graphic 45, and all you have to do is save your Wilbur stamps. They're so fun too. Now, if you have an order and you didn't get a Wilbur stamp, all you have to do is write down the invoice number. because our computer system will keep track of it and we'll be able to match the stamps you've been getting. So don't worry about that. Because sometimes the girls do. They're getting orders out so fast they'll forget a stamp, or maybe it falls off and you can't find it. We did, Stacy. Gosh, you got a good memory. Yep, we started him on Wilbur's first birthday. And his birthday was September 26th. He just turned 2. Can't believe we've been doing it for a year. You know, Wilbur may be just a little beagle, but he sure has brought a lot to the crafting world. Just adding a touch of the black. Now, the redemption list is in the file tab. A lot of you may not know that Facebook has a lot of different features like that. In the groups, there's a files tab, and we have, you're going to have to scroll through, though. There's a lot of stuff in there. We have written tutorials that I've done that are PDFs that you can print off and use. We have the redemption list for the Wilbur stamps. We have, oh my goodness, just tons and tons of information in there. So if you are on Scrapbookers and you didn't know about the video or just the files tab, you need to go check that out. You're going to be like, how did I miss all this? Like I said, I'm being a little gentle with this. Okay. Now, after I finish the inside, or finish these, we'll do these two. I'm going to show you how to do the knobs. And then I'll just give you some ideas for decorating the top. And then if you are in our Facebook group, Scrapbookers, I would encourage you just to go and in the search bar for Advent Cubes, and you'll see how past ones were decorated. Oh no, I didn't know you had to, I didn't read the whole thing. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I would never have made you mad for, I didn't, that's my bad then. I didn't look, but I'm sorry. If somebody would have just messaged me and said, I'll be glad to pull him off. So I do apologize. I only read the little black at the bottom. I didn't click on it. Is there more? Because it just says the top 3 would be chosen. So I will take him off. Thank you for letting me know. And that's the thing with me. Instead of me making you mad, I wish somebody would have just messaged me, because I'm not that type of person. I'm the type that would be like, oh my gosh, let me go read. I apologize for my error, and I'll be glad to take it off. And especially for those that know me, other store owners, I love supporting other stores. I don't work against other stores. So In fact, we've done a lot of teamwork with other stores. Okay, let's grab the ink. And let's go ahead and add this one on. Time for a new ink pad. Well, don't be sad because I'm going to take him off. And that's my error for not reading all the way through, because they should have made that more clear. I didn't go into the full, it just said sign up. It didn't say you had to be there until you, so if it's in the other instructions or rules and regulations, I apologize. I guess so, Stacy. So I'll take him off when I'm done. That's what they're saying. Oh, there we go. I knew that needed to fit down in there. This is one reason I like our little group. Much as I love it on Facebook, this is where you find out true followers. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Last side. Oh, we've got red snowflake. Did I already use the presents? I didn't. So I think with the snowflakes, we'll go with the presents. Yeah, the company that I asked to make them for us, he's just a little local shop. He's not local here. He's in another state, but now where he gets them, I don't know, but they are chipboard. Okay, so those. Okay, these are our last two. And then we'll do the drawer pull. Let's come over this way a little bit more. Oh, there we go. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. All right, let's just take this down a little bit more. I can't wait to see yours when you get them all finished. You know what? I have to apologize. I don't know the price offhand. I need to go look. Right now, I'm sold out of them until Thursday, but I'll put them back on the website. And I want you to remember, though, you can make the boxes. These are chipboard boxes. Is the only difference. And I don't remember the price offhand. I know I should. No, we didn't make these boxes. And I did, when I first started out making this project 3 years ago, because there was a lot of them that I'd seen on similar ones, but they did use the old, remember our stick matches came in those boxes, but we just don't really have those anymore, and I didn't want to buy 24 boxes of matches. So I started to make my own boxes with the slider, but I'm going to tell you, each box is going to take almost a sheet of paper. The sheet of paper, it's going to take you over a pack of paper to make all your boxes. And they are chipboard, and then they're about 120-pound cardstock slider. And when you make your own, you can definitely make it any size you like. Oh, well, thank you. Unfortunately, I'm probably one of those most human people, and I really do really stupid things sometimes. Or I get excited and I don't read, and but definitely I admit that I guess I should click on more and read, but they didn't clarify that. Well, maybe they did and I didn't read it, but I promise I would never ever do it to hurt anyone. Thank you for putting that price up there. And our corners. Now, when you're looking in scrapbookers, when you do search these, and I'll see if I can't get some more members to post the pictures of the ones they did years ago, you can really decorate the tops. They are just darling. You can put a Christmas scene up there, a reindeer scene, your little, you can take snow, you can do, oh my gosh, so much with these. Like I said, this one's for my husband and I, mostly for him. Because when you stop and think about it, we do so much. We do so much for our grandkids, our nieces, nephews, that we forget about us. So don't forget about you. Make yourself a box. Okay. Oh, let me fix this. And we are almost at the end here. And of course, you're going to want to decorate. Well, you may not, but decorating these areas is a lot of fun. I like those. You know, this is another project if you're going to a weekend crop, or you want to just have your girlfriends over or family over. This makes a really fun group project. Thank you for posting that link. And I do apologize. They just sold out this afternoon. I think Doris got the last of them. And also, if you love the live shows and you are on Facebook, join me Tuesday night on Authentic Paper Page. Because I'm going to be making, we've done our candy box holders. And I had a request, so I'll be using the Authentic Gracious, their collection for the fall. And I'm going to make a different Keurig cup holder. So you guys kind of get a sneak peek here, or you get told. Hi, we're doing good. Thanks for joining us. Presents with the snowflakes. I love that you guys know each other. That's so cool. Oh, I was telling you about Facebook. A lot of you may not know. Facebook kind of has a Pinterest-like thing to it. So you can save. You can save things. So when you find them on Scrapbookers, such as a tutorial, you can save them in your own personal save box. Did you guys know that? I'm going to go ahead and put the boxes on when I'm done, but I'll just put down that they're like a pre-order and won't ship just until they arrive. They're supposed to arrive, I want to say Tuesday, but it could be Thursday. So it's going to be, I just know it's one of those days. But you can, on Facebook, you can save things so that you can go back and find the tutorials or the photos. So once you find something you like in Scrapbookers, be sure to save it by clicking on the 3 dots up in the right hand corner of the post, and then you can save it right to your own Facebook. And then in our group, we have an announcement tab that's full of tutorials. We all, not announcements, sorry, it's called units. It's not all of them, but it's got a lot of the tutorials I've done in that group. And then you go into the files, and not only are the printouts there from things I've done, but they're also free for you to use because other people have also graciously allowed us to have them. I knocked that loose. So everything in there is free for you guys to use in your crafting. Okay, that is my 4 sides. Now we're going to do one of the boxes. I'm going to show you a few different things. So on the top, basically that's got to go this way now because of the way my box is going. So I might even change these over here since I already have a 1. But you can take your trees, you're going to just hot glue them up here and make a scene. Last year, or not last year, but when I made the other ones, I also took a Prima snow globe that they used to have, and they cut in half, and then you can fill that full of fun things. Now, one thing I want to do here, I will be using the sticker sheets, and I'm going to turn this with my chipboard into a standing sign. All I'm going to do is make a tent card using my lightweight chipboard, for instance. All you have to do is fold that out, and then it will be standing. But I'm going to cut it around this sticker so that this darling sticker will stand. So first I'll put it down though, and I'll cut it double this length. So that is one of the things you can do. Now you can also do that. Now you can also buy, you know, the dollhouse stuff you can get at Hobby Lobby. Wouldn't that be cute to get the fireplace and that little dollhouse furniture up here? Put up your fireplace, because I know they have them in their dollhouse section. And there is a small fireplace. You just glue the bottom. Or you can even just put a chipboard stand on this one. You can make some boxes that are presents. You can do so much stuff. Let's see. Oh, you did find the rules? So the contest. 2 dogs. Oh, well, you know what? There are some cute puppies in there. So okay, thank you for checking. Now this is the one I want to take, and I'm actually going to take some, you know, the paper straws, and I want to hang it from there. And I know this angle is really hard to see, but I just want to try and give you guys, you know, some ideas of what you can do. And then the Tim Holtz. So we did get in some Tim Holtz snowmen. I get my bottle trees here. Of course, they're kind of bent from shipping. You just have to straighten those up. Then you can also use some liquid glue. Now, another thing that works really well, and I'll do a little bit of it before we go, all you have to use is your crackle paste. And you bring up some crackle paste for snow, stick your trees in it. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that, and then my glitter. But let's do a drawer first. Because I think you guys all know, I kind of do things unconventional. I don't do things with the gesso and how they say to use it, because I'll never use it if I have to get all of that stuff out. But let's do one of our drawers. Again, you might need a tool. And you can measure. Or you can just eyeball it. So it's 2 inches. Basically going to eyeball where the center is at 1. And you can use your crocodile. But this is what I did last night. I first poked a hole. Let's put something back there so we don't get our fingers. In fact, I don't even think I need to. I'm going to use a number 2. You can also scatter your numbers all the way out. Then I'm just going to lightly. Now, if you want to just use your fingernail to open it, just make sure you can get back there. Otherwise, I took a piece of twine. And this is the really thin one. I sell at Country Car Creations. Let me pull that a little bit more. Yeah, I didn't, thank you for finding them. I didn't see them. I only saw the little bit at the bottom, and I thought, well, this is cool. They're just going to do it everywhere. Well, at least they're getting known. Okay. And I did knot this. Okay, that's where I'm going to squish it down hard. Nice and tight. And I just wanted these to be pretty much even with the drawer front. So this is just one of the many options, because the other one is get another box out so I can, is to take a button and just E6000, and then you can also put, you can stack your buttons so they become bulky, and you can turn it into a hand to a knob that way. So you would just E6000 glue these all down together, and as they're drying, if you're using something flat like this, just take your clothespins and let it dry overnight. It'll stick really well. The boxes are going to be 3 inches by 2, well, 3 1/8 by 2 by 1 1/4. You can even go big with your buttons. You can go 3 buttons. So that's just one of your options to make a knob. You can buy knobs. You can buy the brad knobs. You can buy the wooden knobs. Anything you like. You can use beads, but that's what I did. Now I went ahead. I put a piece of score tape, and then I just put glue on the backing, and I went ahead and covered that. Because the string just seemed to help bring it out, and it really did go with the theme. So that's one option. Now also, if you don't have numbers, you can just get little number stickers if you want, or you can just put a string also. That's the other one I was going to show you. So a bigger ribbon would work for this. I don't have one handy, but you'd put a piece of ribbon there that just hangs over the edge. That would pull. Yeah, they're 2 by 3 1/8 by 1 1/4. And then again, you can do some decorating on the front of these. Definitely. And you can add legs to the bottom if you want. So you can do so many endless things with this. So, these work really well, just pulling those out. So for the top, let me turn it this way. I'm going to get some glitter here. I'm going to get a spoon. And I'm going to show you how to do some snow. And then if you want your trees in there, so this is basically just to give you ideas of what you can do. I have to tell you, we're using this texture paste in Vermont at the next retreat. So I've been playing with it and I really love it. I am just going to use an old bone folder. So you could also stencil on here. Now you can just buy the snow too. It doesn't have to be this. But this does seem to dry kind of fast. And I can also put my trees. That was already on there. Definitely can just go ahead with your trees and straighten them all up when you're done. So I'm just adding some glitter into my crackle paste. And if you're like a lot of crafters, you probably have some crackle paste just hanging around. Now, art glitter glue also. Art glitter glue was actually made for face glitter and different things like that because they have for face art. Usually have a different paintbrush. So you can also apply art glitter glue to your tree. Now it's going to dry clear, and that was the whole thing behind art glitter glue, is that it dries clear. So once you put your glitter on here, and I'll turn this upside down in a second, where I put the art glitter glue, all you're going to end up seeing is the glitter. Can you see how that sparkles? And your art glitter glue won't show. And then that's going to dry. I don't want to waste that glitter. And I'm going to have, oh yeah, it's getting dirty right now. Let me close this. Hi, Sandy. So that's with the crackle paste, the glitter, and then some art glitter glue on the trees, which I'll put more on here because I do like the glitter effect. And the trees from Prima already have some like white snow on them. So now just adding some glitter glue and glitter. And the other best thing to do is keep a shop vacuum in your your room. Because then when you make a mess like this, you can just go grab your shop vacuum. I don't know. Can you guys see the trees twinkle? I hope we're still playing. There we go. You know what? For the Advent box, that's really weird. On my phone, it says there's only one person watching. My phone must not be keeping up. Let's see, can you use the art glitter glue to make snow on the trees with the glitter? Yes, you sure can. I just did that. Okay, and now you can just go through and really decorate this up. And put your knobs on, and then you can also do the decorating like I showed earlier on the sides, especially if you want to add a tree there. I had 3 trees. I'll be hanging a wreath on one, so just really get creative. Isn't that pretty? And last year I also bought a little chalkboard to put on top so I could do it like a countdown. Oh no, let's see, with the white. Oh, you have a bottle of white glitter glue? Yeah, the white, yeah, you know what? And I bought the white glitter glue years ago. Um, art glitter glue in white, yeah, and it dries white. So yes, you definitely can use it for snow. Yes, you can. Okay. Well, guys, I'm so happy we got this done, and I cannot wait to see your finished projects. So be sure when you finish it to post it over on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations on Facebook so we can see your finished project. And I hope you guys had a fun time. I know I did. And then also, I'll post and take that off. I'll go remove Wilbur. I'm sad because he would have won, but that's okay. He's a winner. And I'll see you guys next week. So we'll be live again, and I thought it is a countdown. And then you put the 24 drawers, Robin. So that's why my drawers are numbered 1, 2. I just haven't finished it. And then you can add candy to each day. Or you can put treats in there. My daughter, because her one son, he has Matchbox cars, she'll put a Matchbox car in there for him. You can definitely do things like hand sanitizer, lotions for the girls if you don't want candy. You can use it for the dogs. You can put in dog bones and stuff like that. Okay, thanks guys, and I'll see you next week. Good night.